What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to zoom out. Today I'm going to use the TWSBI pipe for the first time and see what happens with it. So the point of the TWSBI pipe is that you can use like an ink bottle that is super shallow like this, so that you don't have to put like the entire thing, because I mean this TWSBI is like the length of this bottle, whereas this you only need like a little bit of room, or into a bottle that's almost empty so that you can get the last little bit of juice out of it. But I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to use that ink. I'm going to use Pilot Iroshizuku Tsukushi, which is a full bottle. I've never cracked into this one yet. I've used the ink many times before, so I don't need this TWSBI pipe. I just want to use it for funsies. So for now, I'm just going to move this out of the way. So for the TWSBI ALR, or the AL, you just unscrew the nib housing, and you take the little pipe. This big bulky end here is what goes into the actual pen. I'm having a lot of focus issues today. I don't know why. And you just kind of pop it in like so. It's kind of like if you're like using, like putting a converter in. Speaking of, you can also use this with any of the TWSBI converters or cartridges. Just kind of fits nice and snug here. You kind of push it all in. It feels very secure on this. You may hear Parker meowing in the background. And then, oh goodness, when this is nice and full, you just pop it back in. The downside to doing this is then you have to wait for capillary action before you can actually use the pen, which is a bit of a bummer. But if you, like I said, are using a crummy ink bottle, then it's not so bad. I will say putting this in does not feel super secure. It is a little bit loose. And I mean, I've tried like rotating the pen around thinking that I've put it in the wrong spot. I've tried kind of like putting a little more pressure on it. It's not going anywhere farther than this. So it's not super secure, which I don't love. Like that's the whole point of this, really. So yeah, I don't love that. It comes in this little package here. I really do not understand why the camera is not super focusing, but yeah. I will put somewhere along here what the cost of that was, because I do not remember. All right, so let's give it a go. I don't know how this is gonna see. I don't feel confident using this at all. Like, it does not sit in the pen at all. It seems very loose and like it's gonna fall in. Like I almost want to hold it like this because it feels very loose. Like, am I doing something wrong? I don't know. I don't love it. But then you just twist the piston down and you would fill like normal. I don't know if I can really show. I'm wearing my school pants and this is my toe. Let me see if I can do it like this. The problem is that my tripod blocks most of my view of the actual filming, so hopefully this shows you. So now the pipe is in the ink and I draw it up. I'm not going to worry about a full fill, but you could like I'm not going to worry about getting like this extra bit, but you could just inject it back in and then suck it back up because this whole thing is filled with air. So I don't know if that was in focus. Like I said, I've been having a lot of issues lately. This is the part that had me a little bit nervous. It's like, okay, when you take off the pipe, Is it going to be like chock full of ink? You know what I mean? Like, is this whole thing going to be filled with ink? I don't know. Yes, the answer is yes. Yes, it was. Okay. Well, that's why I filmed these first videos. Where the flapjacks did I put this? All right. This is a bit of a mess. All right, let's screw this back on so that at the very least my pen is safe. Where's the lid? There it is. So for just a second, I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to cap the bottle of ink. And I'm going to try and wipe up the ink that spilled on my desk. And that's why I always have a mat on my desk. Because yeah, the whole thing was full of ink. So I think the next time I use it, I'm going to have to remember that and kind of like tip it up while I'm like continue to draw that out so that I don't have exactly this happen. Like I said, I don't care about this mat. There's ink all over it and I'm totally cool with that. But this is, yeah, and now I got ink all over my hands. And the whole point of this, other than getting like the last drop, was so that you don't make a mess. And what did I do? I made a mess. So, you know, it's just for your guys' entertainment. No big deal, right? I'm going to whop out a notebook here. This is Galen Leather's Tomoe River paper. Where is a blank page? Good enough. Now, I don't know if this has had enough time for capillary action or not. Probably not is my guess, but no. So this is what I'm saying by like not having the nib and feed. So you're either going to have to prime it by forcing ink out, which I'm doing now. Suck it back up. And it still didn't go all the way. Or you just put the pen down and you walk away and you don't use it for a little bit. Here, let me zoom in here. Come on, baby. I know you want to do it. See, like there is ink in the feed. I don't know if it'll focus that close, but so you can see some ink there, but it actually has to go all the way down. The things I do for you. This does not want to come down. All right, let me just force out an actual drop. Sometimes if it's being super, super stubborn, what I'll do is I'll actually put a drop of ink on the page. Oops, that was the wrong way. Yeah, see, it's still not down. And then I'll actually like kind of color in that drop because that kind of primes the rest of it. So you see here, now it writes no problem. Yeah, now we've got good capillary action going here. I did not spell that right. We got Sakushi. And there we have it. So that is my very first experience using the TWSBI pipe. Do I recommend the pipe? I do, yeah, despite all of the trouble I just had. I've tried a couple other different pipes, like I've had one from Ponider and I think one other, but they were absolute garbage and didn't even work. So that's a bummer. But this one worked, certainly. Now I know that I have to manage the ink still in the rod here, which should have been common sense, but my brain did not go there. And then just, having to wait for it to come all down and prime it. That I knew right off the bat would happen. Like, that was expected. But yeah, I had a blonde moment and didn't even think about the ink in the pipe. So watch out for those when you use it. But do I think it's worth it? Yeah, I do. I think that the build quality is pretty good. I don't know if I love the fact that it didn't like adhere as well to the pen like it did on the cartridge. But I could be doing something wrong there. Like I said, this is my very first usage with it. And I think that it's going to serve its purpose for, like a tricky bottle like the J.Herbin ones that are a pain in the tuchus to fill from. And I think that it is also a really good idea to get the last little bit of your ink out. So is it something that you would use all the time? No. Is it something that's absolutely necessary? No. But would it be handy to have, especially if you've got a ton of TWSBIs? I think so. And it's not super expensive. So do I like it? Yeah, I do. Will I learn from my mistakes? Absolutely. I've been in this hobby many, many years now, and I still make mistakes all the time. It happens. So guys, have you used this yet? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't used it yet, are you thinking about picking it up? Also, let me know in the comment section down below. Check out the description for my Instagram, Discord, and Patreon. The Discord link expires every 2 weeks, so if it does, just let me know in the comments and I'll update it for you. Hit the like button, subscribe, everything that pretty much every YouTuber will ever tell you to do to feed the monster algorithm. And if you're still watching about 12 minutes in, you are the reason I make this video. So as always, I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Bye. All right, my beautiful patrons, thank you all for your support. If you have recently supported me as a VIP patron or above and don't see your name, don't fear. This was recorded February 26th, so it will be there as soon as I can get it updated. So we have our ultimate human is Daniel Roddy, and for my VIP fans, we've got Elizabeth, Glenn Kelly, Joan Worthman, Brian Hunter, Aaron C., Luna Wolf Games, Bobby A. Bailey, Stuart Riley, Ute Cruiser, Victor Portugal, Bass, Weilei Chang, Brian La, Lucas Bell, Aubrey Madcore, Marissa Calvo, Eric Lineman, Jessica Chow, Stephen Baldwin, Carol Lowry, Michael Simon, Sean Sturdy, Susan Barrier, Catherine Molina, Robert Myers, Bianca Andrews, Bill Pemberton, Jennifer Galfie, Karen Epstein, Lucy Peralta, Gretchen Peters, and digitaltent.tech. For those who are not VIP tier or above, it does not matter. I still appreciate that you're here and that you make all of the difference. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.